What's up, guys? What's up, guys? We are back with another YouTube video. So today's topic we're gonna talk about. We're gonna do forecast of the week. As you know that we like to focus. We like to see what we see on the coming week. So today we're gonna analyze GBPUSD, and then we're gonna jump back to gold. So let's get to it now. As for GBPUSD, we're gonna start off by weekly time frame because this is currency pair. Ne? So before we get to it, I forgot. Before we get to it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share, and click the notification button down below to update you whenever we upload a new video. So let's jump back to the chat. So GBP USD has been a bullish market, as you know that it's breaking highs each and every day. So we're gonna take this ray and then we're gonna put it here because this is the recent high where GBP it is now. So it's headed there. So let's do something like this. So this trend line is basically telling us that GBPUSD it's a bullish market now. So this trend line is basically telling us that GBPUSD is going it's a long market now. So by long I'm meaning is a bullish market. So it's buying. So let's go to daily time frame and see what we can make out of GBPUSD. So we are having this structure on daily time frame. So let's take the price tool. Let's take let's take the so let's take this. So basically here I'm gonna show you what GBPUSD's movement it's been all about now. So it's a push to the upside and then is a correction. There's a push to the upside and then a little bit of correction and then it's a huge push to the upside, and then right now we are on correction. We are making correction. So basically GBPUSD, we are coming to touch this trend line. We are coming to test this trend line by the correction that we are making on a daily time frame. So let's remove this because we saw what has been happening for the past few days. So let's adjust this trend line to touch several so that we have several touches so that we can make this trend line valid. So let's do something like this. So let's take another trend line. Let's take another trend line to make a channel line. So this upper trend line, it's basically like a barrier of GBPUSD. So we are anticipating that the market it cannot break this trend line. This is the resistance where the market, if the market comes to this trend line, that's where you're gonna have a turn on this resistant trend line. So we are having this structure on daily time frame. Right now we are in a correction phase. So what we are anticipating on GBPUSD, we are anticipating something like this. We are anticipating something like this if we break our correction. That is what we are anticipating on GBPUSD, but your first TP is gonna be somewhere around here. Your first TP is gonna be somewhere around here, as you know that from here we can either have something, we can either a break, you can either have a break on the on our trend line. No, yeah, on our trend line, we can either have a break on this trend line and then go to the downside now. Because if we reach this point, we'll be making some kind of a double bottom. The trend line that I mean, we're talking about this trend line. We can either go down and retest the trend line on an overall momentum. But right now, let's talk about the recent structure, what we are seeing on GBPUSD. So let's go back to a daily 4-hour time frame so that we can see our overall correction. So let's go to 4-hour time frame and then let's enlarge this too so that we can see what we have. So basically what's happening here is some kind of a correction. So what I mean by correction, I'm meaning something like this. There's some kind of a correction. There's some kind of a correction and push to the upside. No, flip. Let's make let's make, yeah, so a push to the upside and then to the upside, to the downside, push. So basically what's happening here is some kind of a reversal pattern. What's happening here, or a correction is some kind of a, it's called a reversal structure. After this correction has ended, we'll have a push, major push to the upside. So this is what basically correction is telling us. It's telling us that the market is gathering momentum to push to the upside. So let's take the trend line and then put it, let's have this kind of a trend line. Let's have this. Let's adjust it so that you can touch, we can have several touch on the trend line to make our trend line very valid. So we are having some kind of a correction like this. So let's just take another trend line so that we can make it channel. As you see, as if you can pay attention, guys, this is how I trade. I use channel and then I use support and resistance. Not that support and resistance is not, it's not the way of trading. It is, but I like to use channel and then add up some support and resistance, that so that the market, I can see what the market is making. So let's have this. Let's have this. Let's take this. So basically what we are having here, we are having some kind of a correction phase. So your support and resistance, those of you who love support and resistance, let's just take this and make our support and resistance your support now. So before we can, we are focusing at the on the current structure, guys. So don't forget that you want to focus mostly on the recent structure. Forget about the old structure, but the old structure is going to guide you where the market is headed now. So let's put something like this. We're having something like this on smaller time frame. So what I'm seeing on GBPUSD, I'm seeing some kind of a push to the downside, man. I'm seeing a push to the downside before we come back and break our, because this structure that we are looking at is some kind of a correction. It's showing us that the market, if when we reach here, we'll have something like this. We'll have something like this. We'll have a push to the downside now. So basically what's happening here, it's some kind of a correction. So let me show you how what correction am I talking about. I'm talking about this push to the upside, push to the downside, push to the upside, push to the, so this is what I see. I'm seeing a correction inside a bearish channel. So basically the market is gathering momentum so that it can push to the downside before we continue with the overall buys. So before we break this trend line, we want to focus on the current structure, what the market is telling us currently, that we might have sales before we continue with the overall buy momentum. So before we break this trend line, don't anticipate your moves, because the market is actually guiding us that right now we haven't yet broken our channel, our bearish channel. So focus on the recent structure, focus on what the market maker is guiding you. So take like this is on a 4-hour time frame. So on a 4-hour time frame, the overall momentum, it's a selling market. You know that is a selling market. So but what basically happening right now, the market is guiding us that before we continue with our overall buys, we're having some kind of a reversal pattern, which is on a 1-hour time frame or 4-hour time frame, if you're gonna stick to your 4-hour. So this is a correction on a 4-hour time frame. So the market is basically telling us that before I'm headed for buy, I'm gonna sell a little bit. So we're gonna broke this because we've been supporting here. We have been supporting first touch, second touch, and then we're gonna have some kind of a third touch around here, and then the market can push to the upside. So, but if this doesn't play out, we're gonna break this. If we break this, we're gonna come to the downside, and then we're gonna have some kind of a correction phase, and then we're gonna push to the upside. So this is basically two theories. Right now we are having some kind of a correction. The correction is we're actually building momentum to to push to the downside. So, but if we can break this support, this resistance trend line, that's where you're gonna see some kind of a continuation pattern like this. So we're gonna push to the upside. So that's it for GBPUSD. Right now, let's move to gold now. Let's go and check what's happening on gold. But there's a video on gold before I'm gonna show you what we see on gold. Last video we talked about, we are seeing some kind of a double bottom structure which we're gonna push to the upside. So the market was currently gathering momentum so that gold we can push to the upside. So on gold, let's go to a daily time frame. So before I analyze this market, I see a push to the upside like I showed you on my previous video on gold. So if you haven't yet checked gold analysis for the previous week, just go and check that. So we are having some kind of a bearish flag. We're having some kind of a bearish flag like this. So by bearish flag, I'm meaning a falling channel, né? So don't get confused. So we're having some kind of a beautiful channel like this. So let's just mark off our let's take our ray and then mark off where we see our double bottom. So our support ray is gonna be here. So basically the video that we uploaded at FOREX Ghost, we have saw something like a double bottom, and then before we took this trade, we waited for the market to come and retest at this zone, and then we went long on gold there. So the video that we uploaded, we talked about we are seeing a push, we are seeing a momentum which we're gonna push to the upside because we are creating some kind of a reversal structure on gold. So I talked about before, wait for the market to break this coordinate now, wait for the market to break this point and then let it come back for a retest, and then let's take a buy on gold. Let's go long on gold. So this is what we see. We are seeing some kind of a bullish flag, sort about that. I said a bearish flag. So we're seeing some kind of a bullish flag on gold. So we were on this support, and then we created some kind of a reversal structure which is called your double bottom structure. So we had a push, and then we did come back for a retest on the neckline, and then we did push to the we are anticipating a push to the upside. So let's jump back to H4 time frame. So don't get confused, guys. Don't get confused. So before we go to your 4-hour time frame. Let me show you what I mean by. So we are having some kind of a push to the downside. We had a correction. This correction was basically telling us that the market's gonna push further to this, and then we had a push to the upside by a correction phase, and then we dropped, and then we had some kind of a correction run about here, a correction which was showing us that we are gathering momentum so that we can push to the downside. So right now we did come back and retested this zone, and then we created some kind of a double bottom, and then we did come back for a retest on the neckline, and then we are pushing to the upside. So we are seeing a push to the upside before we jump back to H4 time frame. So that's what we see. We are seeing a buy. We're seeing a buy on gold. So basically, this is what we see on gold. We are seeing so the neckline which I was talking about here. Let's take our rectangle tool. Rectangle tool. So it's like this. So we did come back. The market maker did come back to play with us. It played with us. Played with our emotion when we came around about here. People were thinking that gold is now selling. We have the setup which had sent on YouTube, it was invalidated. But that's what was not the point. It was playing. The market maker was trying to kick you out. The people who bought was trying to kick you out so that we can continue with the overall price. So we are seeing something like this. So we are seeing this support trend line on H4, and then we are seeing some kind of a channel which is run about here. So if you can take a look at this structure, it's pure structure, pure price action. For people who trade pure price action, this is what we are looking at. When you are busy analyzing with your price action, I'm not talking about the guys who use system, but pure price action. So you can, if you can check this structure now, we are having a push to the upside, we are having some kind of a correction, we are having a push to the upside. So if you can check your candlestick where the market is buying, we are pushing rapidly, and then we are coming back, and then the market is playing with you a little bit, and then we have a push to the upside. If you can take a look of the buy candles now, the bull candles, they are too large than those who are selling them. So which means this market, it's strong. The momentum on your buy signal, on your buy direction is very strong. So let's go to your 1 hour time frame. So we are done with your H4 time frame. We are seeing this upper channel, which we are gonna reverse at some certain point. We are gonna take sales here, but the overall momentum, the overall direction of gold, we are anticipating that gold in a longer term, it might come to this upper trend line. So let's go to your 4 hour time frame, your 1 hour time frame, I mean to say. So this is what we are having. So let's just take that brush tool and show you what we are having. For people of you who don't see, so we are having a push to the upside, and then we did come back for a reversal structure, some kind of a here. We came back for a reversal structure, and then we did come back to touch the trend line, and then we had some kind of a correction, which was showing us that we are still reversing to the upside, and then we pushed to the upside. And then when we arrived here, we had some kind of a correction until here, and then we pushed to the upside. So if you can take a look from here, from this point, we are having correction. The market is basically telling us that we are still pushing to the upside. So let's remove this. So if you can look here, we're having some kind of a correction here. We're having a correction here. We are having a correction here. If you can take a if you can look at this now, we had a correction here. The market was basically giving you a signal that we are buying, and then here it was a correction, and right now we are at the third correction. The market, we're gonna have something like this. So if when the market opens tonight, buy. It's a buy on gold. It's a buy on gold. So just go long on gold and then use proper risk management. So let's erase this. Let's erase this. So let's take some kind. Let's make another. So guys, don't rush a trade. Be very patient. Be very patient with the market. Be very patient with the market. So I'm sure all of you see what I'm talking about. Having a correction here, a correction here, a correction here, and then we're having a correction here. So midnight, when the market opens tonight, now you want to go long on GBPUSD. So basically, what's happening here? That let's take our bars pattern. What's your bars pattern? So this is your bars pattern, and then let's see what momentum we're gonna have on gold now. So we are going long on gold, and then we're gonna move to this. We're gonna have some kind of this momentum there. We're gonna push this far. So that's why I'm saying when the market opens tonight, buy gold. So this is what we have on gold. So we are having some kind of we are in some kind of an up channel, and then within that up channel we're having an up channel. So after we have completed this cycle, we're anticipating something like this on gold. We're anticipating something like this. Yes, yeah. You might wait. We might have a correction. We will have a correction around about here. We're gonna have some kind of a correction, and then when we get here, we're gonna get some kind of a little correction, and then we're gonna push to the upside. So this is what we have on gold. So go if you don't understand this analysis, if you don't know where we are coming from this analysis, go and check our previous video on gold. So we did analyze GBPUSD. So before before you start to tune in, don't forget to like and share and subscribe and hit the notification button down below. So that's it for today, guys. We're gonna be back with more valuable video at Forex Go, so stay tuned, guys. Peace out.